In the beginning, there was emptiness. The universe was a vast and chaotic ocean, devoid of form or structure. Then, amidst this primal chaos, a great pyramid-like mound known as Benben emerged. On top of Benben, there was a lotus flower, and when this flower blossomed, it brought forth the god Ra, along with the light that illuminated the world. Ra, being the sole being in existence, generated the first generations of gods. Shu, the god of the air, and Tefnut, the goddess of rain, were born. The universe was captivated by the immense mass of primordial waters. Intrigued by their creation, Shu and Tefnut plunged into the waters to explore its vastness. Ra, however, grew anxious as his children took a long time to return, fearing he might never see them again. In his distress, Ra sent his best messenger to find them. Fortunately, Shu and Tefnut returned safely, bringing immense joy to Ra. It was from Ra's tears of joy that human beings were born. From the subsequent unions of his children, Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky, came into existence, giving rise to the creation of the sky and the earth. As the great god, Ra ruled over the universe with sovereignty and power. He was bestowed with the title of the first pharaoh. Ra bestowed various sacred animals, such as the ox and the lion, as gifts to Egypt. However, Ra had a premonition that his grandchildren would give birth to a new generation of gods who would overthrow him. To prevent this, Ra forbade the sky and the earth from having any offspring. Yet, his command was defied by Nut and Geb, who gave birth to a powerful offspring, Isis, Nephthys, Seth, and Osiris. These gods dethroned Ra, and Osiris began his reign over the world. However, Osiris' throne was not secure, as his brother Seth harbored a strong desire to claim all power for himself. Thus began the saga of the Egyptian gods. After Ra was deposed, Osiris became the new supreme god of the universe. He took Isis, the goddess of fertility and magic, as his wife, and their reign brought great prosperity and civilization to humanity. Osiris taught the people agriculture, weaving, and the art of bread-making. He also established laws to bring order to the chaos that existed. Under the benevolent rule of Osiris, the Egyptian civilization flourished. However, Osiris' ambitious brother Seth, who ruled over the arid desert, grew jealous of his brother's fertile and prosperous kingdom. Osiris had an affair with Seth's wife, Nephthys, which further fueled Seth's rage and desire for revenge. Seth invited Osiris to a grand feast in his honor, where he presented a beautiful coffin, claiming it would be given to the one who fit inside perfectly. Osiris, unaware of Seth's treachery, decided to try the coffin. Once he settled inside, Seth closed the coffin, trapping Osiris inside, and threw it into the Nile, causing the supreme god to drown. Isis, devastated by the loss of her beloved husband, wept profusely, and her tears poured into the Nile, giving rise to the annual floods. Alongside her sister Nephthys, Isis searched for Osiris' body. Despite her attempts to hide it, Seth discovered the scattered pieces of Osiris' body and scattered them throughout Egypt. With the help of Anubis, the god of the dead, Isis managed to recover the pieces and used her divine powers to mummify Osiris. Through her magic, she was able to reconstruct Osiris and bring him back to life, but he would now reign over the realm of the dead. Osiris and Isis had a son named Horus, who vowed to avenge his father's murder and reclaim the throne that was rightfully his. Seth, the usurper and god of destruction, had taken control of Egypt and unleashed a reign of terror. However, Horus, as a falcon god, was destined to rule the skies and bring light back to Egypt, dispelling the darkness brought by Seth. A series of clashes between Seth and Horus ensued, with the court of gods presided over by the sun god Ra deciding their fate. Seth had the sympathy of Ra, as he had protected Ra from the serpent of chaos during his journey across the skies. In a challenge proposed by Seth, both gods transformed into hippos and submerged themselves for 3 months. Horus, with the assistance of his mother Isis, planned to take advantage of Seth's vulnerability during this time. However, Isis could not bring herself to kill Seth, betraying Horus. Enraged by this betrayal, Horus attacked his mother, severing her head. To save Isis, the god Thoth, known for his wisdom, replaced her severed head with that of a cow. The clash between Seth and Horus continued for many years, with Seth temporarily blinding Horus during a battle in the desert. Hathor, the goddess of love, helped Horus restore his vision. The court of gods eventually demanded a reconciliation between Seth and Horus. Seth, pretending to be benevolent, invited Horus for a feast, intending to make him unworthy of the throne. However, Horus defended himself and thwarted Seth's attempts to poison him. Seeking revenge, Horus devised a plan with the aid of Isis. He placed his divine seed in lettuce leaves, which were offered to Seth by Isis. Seth, the god of barren deserts, consumed the contaminated lettuce and began to deteriorate. A golden disc emerged on Seth's forehead, a symbol of his humiliation. Thoth seized the disc and embedded it in his own head. After 80 years, the court finally granted Horus the throne that was rightfully his. Isis, filled with pride, witnessed her son Horus assume his father Osiris' throne. Seth's fate was to travel with Ra, the sun god, across the skies, his enraged screams echoing as thunder. Thus, Horus' reign over Egypt began, and all the pharaohs who followed were descendants of Horus. Ra, the sun god, played a crucial role in Egyptian mythology. Depicted as a falcon-headed deity, Ra was revered as the one who banished darkness and brought light to the world. Ra sailed across the skies in his sun boat, illuminating the entire world. As twilight fell, Ra and his boat descended into the sea, traversing the dark underworld through 12 gates, each representing a region of the netherworld. One of the gates in the underworld housed Osiris, the lord of the underworld, whom Ra always visited to pay his respects. However, before leaving the darkness of the underworld, Ra faced a formidable foe, the monstrous serpent Apophis. Apophis sought to destroy Ra's boat, inching closer to accomplishing its malevolent desire each day. At one point, Apophis managed to swallow Ra's boat, plunging the world into darkness. Yet, the serpent could not contain the power of the sun god and regurgitated Ra, resulting in a solar eclipse. Despite Apophis' relentless attacks, destroying Ra's boat became more challenging for the serpent. Seth, having lost the throne to Horus, was condemned to accompany Ra on his journey across the skies. Seth assisted Ra in defending his boat against Apophis, successfully defeating the serpent on multiple occasions. This collaboration between Ra and Seth made Ra's journey through the underworld safer. Ra was a highly venerated deity throughout Egypt, particularly in the city of Heliopolis. His influence was so significant that other ancient Egyptian traditions merged his depiction with their own supreme figures. For example, the supreme gods Ammon and Adam were also known as Ammonius Ra and Adam Ra, respectively. The name of Ra was used by many pharaohs, such as Ramses, whose name signifies son of Ra or son of the sun. In summary, the ancient Egyptian creation myth describes the emergence of the universe from a chaotic ocean, the rise of gods and goddesses, the reign of Osiris and his subsequent murder by his jealous brother Seth, the resurrection of Osiris by Isis, the struggle between Horus and Seth for the throne, and the eventual triumph of Horus, leading to the establishment of his lineage as the ruling pharaohs of Egypt. Ra, as the sun god, played a vital role in illuminating the world and embarked on a perilous journey through the underworld, aided by Seth, to fend off the destructive serpent Apophis. The mythology and worship of Ra held great significance in ancient Egyptian culture, leaving a lasting legacy in their civilization.